talk? Sorry.
No problem.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to another episode of Krueger with a Podcast, and today we have a special guest star, and his name is MrWeenie Productions.
What's going on, guys? I am John from Mr. Weenie Productions, and I'm here.
Okay, so MrWeenie, if you don't know, is a Power Rangers fan, people.
Yep, and I've been watching the show since the old Mighty Morphin Power Rangers days. I used to watch like that, Zeo, Turbo in Space. Took a break for a little while after the season ended, and came back around the time of Samurai, and then that's when I got caught up with all the older seasons, which was Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue, Time Force, and so on. And yeah, it's been all that time, and I'm still a Power Rangers fan. It's morphin' time.
All right, so in our chat on Facebook, you want to talk about Power Ranger Samurai.
Yeah, I might talk a little bit about that, since it is part of the Neo Saban era, and it's one of the things that brought the show back from Disney. So yeah.
Can I just admit that Samurai is my second least favorite season of Power Rangers? No offense if you like it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Like I said, I mean, people tell me all the time how it was, like how it was lacking and stuff, and in a way, it did. Because I mean, one thing I didn't like about it, and this was back then when I would criticize the show a lot. The acting wasn't really what it should have been, but at the same time, I think that the reason they did that is due to the people who complained about RPM from the Disney era. People saying how it was too dark and it was too this and too that.
Want to know a fun fact that you're going to be shocked why the dialogue wasn't good?
Go on ahead, tell me.
Because it's actually, they translated from the original Sentai it's based off.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that too. I mean, how they try to do everything like directly word for word.
It's not that good in my opinion, because I feel like Power Rangers is much better when it's trying to be original. Yeah, Don't get me wrong. There are times where Power Rangers originality can be done wrong, like Mega Force. We'll get to that later.
Exactly.
But I feel like the acting is not good. I think the actor that I think is not a terrible person, but he was not well done is two of them. It's Steven Skyler. Am I saying that right? As Antonio.
Yeah, Antonio the Gold Ranger. Yeah, that's him.
His acting it's way too whimsical.
Yeah. Well, you're right. Go on. You're right.
It's just that I feel... See, originally they were going to make Spike the Gold Ranger because his Sentai counterpart was a goofy guy, but they...
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I think Spike would have been a better Gold Ranger than Antonio, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And it's just that Steven Skyler just overacts. I get it that he's given a script, and don't get me wrong, Steven Skyler is awesome, but his acting was not great. Mm-hmm. And I hate when he's... You know those Latinoisms things, where like he says things in Latino?
Oh, yeah, like fantastical, something like that.
Do you want to say to the creators?
Go on ahead.
We get it. He's Latino.
Yeah.
You don't have to spell it out. We're not stupid. And guess what? Steven Skyler's not Latino. He's Thai.
Oh, well, there it is. I mean, I guess, like I said, what it came down to in the end was like bad writing and bad producing, and I don't know, a lot of the stuff in the season, even though I thought it was okay, a lot of it really didn't make all that much sense. Like, it was just like they just threw it in there just to try to pull in a few like cheap laughs or try to be funny at points or like try too hard.
The only, and then we get to the actor who plays Kevin. I like the guy who plays Kevin, but his acting is not very good.
Yeah.
He's trying to whisper things and like, you know. And want to know something about Kevin's counterpart?
No. Oh, so what is it? Yeah, tell me.
Kevin's counterpart is that he was a brown noser. He was a perfectionist. It can work. Now it works in a Japanese show because of how the Blue Ranger and the Sentai was raised. Because we all know Japanese parents raise kids differently and stricted and stuff. But we don't get how Kevin gets raised. Is he raised like a normal kid? Like, they don't ask those questions.
Yeah, a lot of stuff in Samurai was like kind of like not explained like it should have been. I mean, they explained a little bit of like backstory of like Emily and I think a little bit of Mike too, but like the other characters, they were like just. I mean, we got decent backstory on Jaden too, but they didn't do that same treatment for like for every character, unfortunately.
So I think the only Ranger that doesn't act like his Sentai counterpart is Mike. I think Mike is like the best Ranger in my opinion.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
He's also the only Ranger that makes the dialogue not that bad to hear, in my opinion.
Yeah, true.
But want to know the best part about Samurai is?
Mm-hmm.
Bulk and Spike. I really like them.
Yeah, they're really cool. They added a lot of humor to the show that it needed. So yeah, they were really cool. And Bulk, yeah, he's always cool. And Spike.
And do you think Spike would have been a better Gold Ranger than Antonio?
Actually, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, maybe he could have been, but I don't know. We're talking about someone who would have had to have trained. I mean, I know Bulk kind of trained him, like, for a little bit, like, in the way of the ninja, but he would have to have, like, the whole, like, knowing how to use that Barracuda blade, special strike, like, I mean, they have to explain how he did that, I mean, how he learned this and that, so they'd have to explain a lot, like, how he even learned all those techniques as a samurai, so they'd have to, like, maybe, like, dedicate a few episodes to him, like, maybe he had, like training from back then that he didn't, like, explain, like, in the present, and maybe have that connection between him and Jaden, or I don't know, they'd have to, because according to the, like, what happened in Samurai, Jaden and Antonio were best friends, so they would have to explain how Spike and Jaden were, were best friends. So,
so that I get it now. So, who do you think is your favorite villain in Samurai?
I say, I'm tied between, Master Xandrid, Serrator, and Dagger, because, with Master Xandrid, he felt more like I mean, of course, he had his moments where he would try to be like, the original villain from Mighty Morphin, with he has a headache thing and he needs medicine and it's not working and all that crazy stuff. And Serrator, who was more like a more ruthless villain, like he wanted to just like get done what he needed to get done, like the episode from A Crack in the World where he wanted to split the Earth into two, if I recall right. And of course, Decker and his rivalry with Jaden. I mean, there's that too, and like him losing his loved one from back then, and then learning that Dayu was still alive, but she was Nylok, so just like more like a 3 for 3. Like I don't have like a definite favorite, but I'll just say I like those 3.
My favorite's Decker, mostly because he's a very tragic villain, and Rick Medina, who played I like Rick Medina. He's an awesome actor. Mm-hmm. He does a great job. So do you like RPM?
Yes, I think it's one of the best seasons of Power Rangers, in my opinion.
It's my second favorite season, but do you know what I think it's bullcrap?
Oh, what do you think?
Is that they are trying to make RPM in another dimension, which I don't think so. If you can't explain what's wrong, it's just that if SPD takes place in the future, then we can have a series that takes place in the apocalypse. Yeah, you can't explain everything, but I'm sorry, you can't do that, That's why when I make my own Power Ranger season, I'm going to retcon that. It's okay, I can retcon that. Alright, so that's a good question. So, we gotta talk about those seasons that should have never been spoken on. Megaforce.
Yeah.
You don't like Megaforce. I don't like Megaforce, too.
Yeah, I don't hide it at all. It's like one of those things where it's like it had so much potential, and like the whole episode 1, like having the Rangers teleport to the command center, and you're having this whole build, like off how this could be like the present day Mighty Morphin. I mean, they messed up so much. I mean, yeah, it did have its moments and all, but it wasn't enough to salvage the season as good. And yeah.
So, the villains, all of them except for Brock, are boring. Well, Prince Picard has a personality, but the problem with that is that when you have a lot of villains in your season, you gotta give them personality.
Yeah.
So here's my problem with Troy, the Red Ranger. Do you know what my problem is?
It's either one of 3 things. So, like, 1, his character is pretty much underdeveloped, or 2, he does all these crazy things, like that Super Saiyan punched Robo Knight that wasn't explained, or 3, his lack of, charisma and not great of an, like, the way he was directed as an actor. Well, of course, the person behind him, I mean, awesome guy, obviously, but the character Troy wasn't that well acted, basically.
Well, my problem with Troy is that he's not a character. He's just a walking, talking PSA about how we should never give up.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Like, here's my problem with Troy. He's the Red Ranger. He needs a personality. You know why Carter Grayson is a great Red Ranger?
Yeah, definitely.
Because he has a personality.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yes, Carter doesn't give up, but Carter goes through things.
Exactly.
But with Troy, he doesn't. You want to know who should have been the Red Ranger?
Who?
Noah.
Yeah, he would have been. I mean, at least with him. I mean, the way he acted in his solo fight scenes with that one villain. What's his name?
Argus.
Yeah, Argus. Yeah, from Super Mega Force. Yeah, he felt like he was one of those. I mean, in a way, he kind of had that Jaden type of leaderish feel to him. So yeah.
My problem, the reason why is because Noah actually has more development than Jaden. You know what his story in Megaforce is?
Well, he's basically all about the books and studying and helping his friends. There's that.
Right, but his episodes are about him learning to become a hero and trying to become a hero. And
there you go.
And here's a good idea: if you want your characters to have a badass moment, they need to earn it. With Troy, he does not earn those badass moments.
Yeah.
With Noah, he does, like in Blue Saber Saga.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's just what. Also, I don't hate Andrew Gray, the guy who plays Troy. He's an awesome dude, but man, is he not a good actor.
Yeah, and plus, like I said, I think one of the reasons why his acting wasn't so great is that with the writing and producing, they because with the actors, I mean, unfortunately, they don't have creative control over certain scenes. They just have to do what they're told and whatnot. So I'm thinking that maybe the producers or writers or both, they just said, "Oh, we know you're a charismatic guy, but this is Megaforce Troy. We want you to do this and do that, and you can't be funny. You have to be like this, and you have to be like this and be like this." I'm thinking, I got this really. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, how do I say it? I got this. And it's something I've been thinking about for a while now. I'm thinking they did that on purpose, the writers and producers, to just, and I don't know. I mean, and plus it was supposed to be an anniversary season too. And, still to this day, I try to figure out why they dropped the ball as badly as they did. I mean, it could have been, Troy could have been a great Red Ranger. And I feel like they took all that and they were just like, oh, we're just going to do this and do that. And
everything was rushed. Yeah. Everything was rushed.
Exactly.
And it's just that it's like the biggest middle finger to any Power Ranger fan.
Yeah.
Want to know who's the most developed character? Robo Knight.
Yeah, he was cool. I'll admit he was cool.
Did you like his subplot where he learns to rap?
That was okay. I mean, it kind of felt like it was randomly thrown in there, but it was decent. It was okay.
At least it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Want to know something like? I don't like the anniversary episodes, with the exception of the Jungle Fury one. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like it showed Casey what he was meant to do as a character.
Yeah.
But with the others, they're not good tribute episodes. Especially the RPM one, because they didn't get anybody from RPM.
Yeah, and plus they went to this. Apparently Corinth is now some kind of a racetrack, abandoned racetrack.
They could. That's Neil Saban. They want to stick to the Sentai as closely as possible, even though Power Rangers can do original stuff.
Yeah, true.
So I think Power Rangers' best humor is word-based humor. Like, for example, the self-aware humor in RPM.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the things that come out of Ethan's mouth in Dino Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Want to know something about... But there are some exceptions, like Bulk and Skull, Bulk and Spike.
Yeah.
And then there's Coda. I love Coda. You know why?
Because he's awesome, he's charismatic, and he was a caveman for that matter, so yeah.
On one hand, he's the most socially challenged person on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, he has the biggest heart.
Yeah, exactly.
He's probably the nicest ranger of the series.
Mm-hmm.
He may be strong, but he wouldn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of the credit goes to Yoshi Sadaro.
Yeah,
he is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever met Yoshi Sadaro?
Yep, at Paramorphicon in 2016. Awesome guy. Very awesome guy.
He actually loves Sentai.
Yeah, I heard he was in an episode of Ninja. It was in I think it was like a brief appearance. I think.
Right, but want to know something about Ninja? It sucks.
Oh yeah.
That's why I wanted them to adapt Krueger, but sadly I don't get what I want.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it's also something too that I mean, people still ask me about is that they say like, why wasn't Krueger adapted? And apparently the reason why it wasn't is that, well, according to what Saban said, is that kids wouldn't relate to trains like people in Japan would, and that ninjas are more marketable and would sell better. What do you think about that?
Well, that's bullcrap because Lightspeed Rescue has a train-themed Megazord.
There you go.
And they are adapting it, but when Krueger gets skipped, you know what? You know what? That's bullcrap.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like they can't adapt a comedy series, even though they adapted RPM.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Dino Charge.
In Dino Charge, that was when the show really started to redeem itself, because after Super Mega Force, that was the closest I came to just walking away from Power Rangers altogether, because it felt like when Super Mega Force had ended, it felt like they had really given up, and at that time period, I was like, okay, maybe I should just like move on from the show and talk about other stuff. So I was only planning on like talking about maybe like 3 Dino Charge episodes, because like I said, I thought it was just going to be like another Super Mega Force thing where they're like throwing in this character with barely any development, and that character with the same thing, and but the turnaround in quality really surprised me. So I kept watching, and I was like, this is what Power Rangers should be. I mean, and it's like, why didn't they do this before? I mean, you have Tyler, Riley, Coda, Shelby, Kendall, who's a future Ranger, and of course Chase. All great characters, in my opinion. So,
well, actually, my thing. Don't forget about Ivan. He's awesome too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Ivan, definitely.
Want to know some? I thought Dino Charge was. I thought at first Dino Charge does have flaws, like the main character's talking while fighting.
Yeah.
It does get annoying. Really, it does.
Yeah.
But I like it, and want to know. But so anyways, if I become a creator, I'm gonna kind of retcon the dinosaur ending because.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go right ahead.
So, Ninja Steel, in my opinion, it's a mixed bag, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because it was just okay.
Yeah, I think, the way it started, how they, brought in the,
it feels like Dino Charge all over again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you have that, and Brody's father missing for how many years? 10 again. So, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love Judge Chip Lynn. You've better heard of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I felt like he copies things, I mean, Judd Lynn's a good writer, but it's just that I felt like Preston is my favorite Ranger. Yeah. Not because he's related, not because he's played by Jason Sidaro. Did I get that right?
No, it's Peter Sidarso.
Oh, Peter Sidarso?
Yeah.
But I just think that I feel like with him, I think he's going to get the most character development because he's going to learn how to be his own person, and learn not to use his magic all the time. Mm-hmm. See, the problem with Ninja, when I was afraid it was going to be adapted, was because they had to fix the flaws in Ninja.
Yeah, exactly.
For example, in Ninja, they focus way too much on the Red Ranger. Yeah. In Ninja, the Red Ranger's a Mary Sue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I still think the Red Ranger, what's his name again? I forgot.
Brody Ramiro.
Brody's an okay Ranger, but I feel like there's got to be more to him.
Yeah, exactly.
I think with Preston, he could have been a good... We never had an Asian Red Ranger. That's actually weird.
Yeah, and actually, when I watched Ninja Steel, I've seen only just 8 of the episodes, and I just swear, when I see Brody, he doesn't, at least in my opinion, he doesn't feel like a leader, in my opinion. But when I see Preston, if you watch the way he carries himself and the way he talks and acts, he feels like he would have been an amazing Red Ranger. I'm not kidding. The best one since Tyler in the Neil Saban era, I think he would have did an amazing job. Preston, Peter Sidarso, he would have been better as the Red Ranger, like a more believable ninja ranger.
Right, I agree with that. So, some people told me, "What's your thoughts on Victor and Monty?" And here's what I say: I think they have potential to be good characters, but my problem is that they're trying to be way too much like Bulk and Skull.
Exactly.
Oak and Skull. They should have been more like Cassidy and Devin from Dino Thunder, where they're not the funniest, but they represent the real life teenager thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like Victor and Monty don't. My biggest problem is that they're acting. Don't get me wrong, the guy who plays Victor is having the time of his life, but
oh yeah, he's always having fun, definitely.
But he's overacting. But the guy who plays Monty, he's toning it down.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm sorry, it's just, I'm gonna become an actor one day, and I gotta.
All right.
So I have a Power Ranger season. It's called Animal Squad.
Okay, that's
It's
cool.
based off Zoo Ranger.
Oh, nice.
And it's about a bunch of evil dimension people who want to start a dimension war with our dimension. And it's up to the Power Rangers to stop them, but they're animal themed.
All right, cool. So you said from Zoology, right?
Yeah, Zooger is the animal theme Sentai.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah. Do you think that'll get adapted next into Power Rangers or Q Ranger, like for the official one? Like,
I think Q Ranger is an experimental one, and Power Rangers doesn't want to do experimental.
Oh yeah.
Having 9 Rangers is a good idea, but it needs to be done well.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely. Because like I said, and like what you're saying before with Victor and Monty and how they're acting, and of course with samurai actors and how they were acting, I'm thinking that the one way to make Q Ranger into a good Power Ranger season is to not like limit the actors into only like doing and saying so much, but letting them like be themselves. Like if they want to be funny during like delivering their lines, let them be funny. Or if they want to do things like this, let them do things like that, because that way it feels more organic and it doesn't feel forced, which, like I said, with Victor and Monty. And, of course, with a samurai, like limiting Kevin to only saying, like certain things in a certain way. Why not let those actors have more, charisma, like Tyler from Dino Charge, so that way, the characters can be more fun and more, more, up there.
Right. I gotta pause the record. I'm gonna ask you. So here's another question. Question: what do you think? What's your thoughts on Mick?
He is a very mysterious character. Apparently he can shapeshift into different stuff, but at the same time, he seems to know a lot about certain things and what he's letting on. He seems to know a lot about the Ninja Nexus Prism. He knows when it feels like making a Zord or like a new Ninja Star, and apparently he knows about the that mysterious Lion Zord from the Lion Galaxy. Well, at least I think he said it like that, but I don't know. And also saying things like it's the if the legends are true, the legend of the Power Rangers. It seems like he knows a lot more about about certain events that the Nexus Prism tells him than what he's telling the Rangers. And having 2 brand new Ninja Stars ready for Levi Weston, the Gold Ranger, it's like he knows, or the Nexus Prism knows. I don't know. Maybe he's got a connection to the Prism, or he's been around the galaxy or the universe.
It's questionable.
Yeah.
Do you think he's a good mentor?
Well, when it comes to let's see. Well, yeah, when he helped out Sarah when she was relying on her technology, he was good then, and talking with Brody and motivating him. Yeah, I'll say that he's been a good mentor so far. He's a different kind of mentor, but in my opinion, he's been pretty good.
He's better than Gosei. You know why?
Because he explains things?
Yeah, because with Gosei, he doesn't explain things.
There's a simple explanation for that.
Damn it, Gosei! That's what Toku Time Easy Peterson writer does.
Yeah.
And I agree with him. Like, here's this: if you want a mentor figure, make them do mentoring. In fact, in my podcast, I said that Spencer from Operation Overdrive, is a better mentor than Gosei.
Yeah.
Because with Spencer, he actually gives them advice.
Yeah, exactly. And he's actually helpful when he gives it. It's not just like thrown out there. It feels genuine.
Right. With Gosei, he just does nothing. You know why he's the mentor? Because it's the 20th anniversary season. With Zordon, he gives wisdom.
Yeah.
Also, I like Mick. I like the guy who plays him. He's also the guy who played Boom and Phineas.
Yeah, definitely.
So you know what? So I like the idea of. So I kind of am mixed about turning the ancient Japanese monsters into aliens in Ninja Steel because they don't look like aliens.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Well, I don't know. Well, okay, how do I say it? Well, at least because I haven't seen much of the Ninja. I've seen like a little bit, but not like but not like full length episodes. But yeah, they look more like
monsters.
Yeah, like actual monsters who want to take over the world. But I guess they want to use the whole alien things because it was in Mighty Morphin and other older seasons too, and of course Megaforce. So I guess they're just going with the alien trend and just saying, "Oh, look at that, they're aliens. Have them on the show." So yeah.
Yeah. So want to hear one of the Rangers I came up with?
Well, which Ranger?
He's the Green Ranger. He's the Green Elephant Ranger. Do you know what his name is?
I have no idea.
No, I'm just saying. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no problem.
His name's Jamie.
Oh, okay.
Jamie has confidence issues, but he's the nicest member of the team. He's also the most responsible member.
Okay.
He lost his sister when he was little.
All right.
Well, if RPM can mention death, then I should in my series.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, with the Scott and losing his brother Marcus, there's that too. So I mean, that was right when the show started. So there you go.
Okay, so here's this. Jamie his arc is about him becoming the second in command of the group.
Okay.
And he's trying to figure out what a second command does.
All right.
So you should watch Zoojer. It's a good Sentai series.
Yeah, I've actually seen a bit of that also, and from what I've heard about that, I mean, it's like very mixed. Like some people like it, some don't. So I mean, me honestly, I mean, I think the suits are okay, and the whole idea with the with the cube Zords and the cube changers, those are pretty different too. I mean, I actually own one. I mean, when a fan donated me one, and I actually thought it was pretty cool. So
yeah, I wish I had fans donate stuff. You know why? Because it makes me feel special.
Well, dude, you're already special. I mean, you're on here, you got your own
podcast.
Show, and one day you might be an actor, which I'm pretty sure you will. Just keep working at it, and you never know where it may lead, man. Give yourself more credit.
All right. So I also want to ask you, what's your favorite superhero?
I have a lot of favorites. There's Captain America, Superman. I'll just say Superman.
My favorite's Beast Boy.
Okay, cool.
Not the Teen Titans Go one. We never talk about that.
Oh, yeah, definitely not. No way.
Ugh. Can I admit that Teen Titans Go, like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Oh, yeah.
The original Beast Boy.
Yeah.
Like, I love him because he represents, like, he's not the most mature member, but he has his own way of being mature. He's nice and kind to everybody.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know what I also want to ask you? What's it like doing reviews?
Well, wow, okay, how do I say it? I mean, because it's like, well, like doing reviews like when I'm doing them or when I'm writing them out or when I'm talking, like, what do you mean?
Like, all of that.
Well, it's lots of fun. I mean, when I first started back in 2012, it was something that was done on like a random scale because I'd only record with my webcam and sometimes with my camera and usually both. But like now, I mean, being how I got better recording equipment, it's fun. I mean, it's very time consuming, without a doubt. But you know, it's something that I enjoy very much and giving my opinion on certain like TV shows and what happens, like like here and there, and of course Power Rangers. And of course, reviews on the toys and so on. It's it's lots of fun, and I enjoy it very much. And the feedback I get also, also amazing, awesome. I love reading the comments, the feedback from people. They're awesome. And overall, it's just something that I find to be lots of fun, and I see myself doing it for as long as YouTube doesn't fall on his butt. I can be doing it for next. 5 years, 10 years, gone, as long as everything holds up.
Right, man. That's cool, man. Also, I'm big into wrestling.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I used to follow wrestling for a while, and it's one of those things where after I found out about the whole backstage politics things and how McMahon likes to run his business and he likes to push his own guys, that was when I kind of lost interest too. But, I still follow it occasionally, but I don't watch full shows anymore. Not SmackDown or Raw, just like the occasional clips that other channels will post on their YouTube channel. But that's about it, though.
I'm still trying to get over Undertaker's retirement. You know why?
Yeah, because it was of the way it was done.
The Roman Reigns thing. I can understand where it's coming from, but I felt like it's just that it wasn't handled. It's just that it didn't feel like Undertaker's last match.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah, same here.
But we gotta let go of him. You know why? Because we can't move. Because we gotta move on.
Yeah, and he's a veteran. I mean, he's been around for so many years, and when it comes to something like that, I mean, you got to give the younger guys a chance too. The younger guys.
I was a fan of this tag team called the Golden Truth, and they split up.
Oh yeah, Goldust and R-Truth, yeah.
Right, but the thing is that I'm afraid I hope the story of them becoming enemies becomes good.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's gonna suck. You know what I'm gonna do? If I become a writer on WWE, I'm gonna try to bring them back as a team. You know why? Because if this storyline does not deliver, then I'm out.
Oh yeah.
Also, what's your thoughts on the Wonder Woman movie?
It looks really good. I mean, it has the potential to be, hopefully DC's best hit film yet, because after Man of Steel, which in my opinion was okay, and Batman v Superman, which is a movie I enjoyed, but I mean, as time passed, it became more clearer. I mean, what was rushed, and they did this and did that, and it was like, they should have took their time with it. But I think with Wonder Woman, I think that they're going to have more time to explain her backstory. So if that's a success, and I hope it is, as long as it's done right, hopefully Batman v Superman will feel more like a better movie, since we have Wonder Woman's solo movie coming out. As long as that's good and that's done right, maybe and of course later on Justice League too. So I just hope that Wonder Woman's good.
Can I admit that I just don't like the idea of Wonder Woman having an accent?
Oh yeah, there's no problem. Yeah, I mean,
it's just that Wonder Woman is awesome in my opinion, but it's just that she doesn't need an accent. She's just awesome. Also, here's an awesome part. I want to recommend a show for you.
Okay, which one?
Ruby.
What is that?
It's spelled RWBY.
Okay, RWBY. Okay.
It's about these 4 women, and it's an amazing series.
Okay, cool. Is it live action or cartoon?
Cartoon. It's made by Rooster Teeth.
Okay, cool. Definitely.
It's for teenagers.
All right, cool.
And it seems like you're an adult.
Yep.
So also everybody, MrWeenie is also a fan of superheroes. If you just I asked a few questions.
Yep, I sure am. I like DC Universe, Justice League, the Avengers. They're awesome. Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, and I can't wait for Thor Ragnarok. I know that's going to be an amazing movie. We're going to see Thor and Hulk and fight it out again. And of course, like I said before, Justice League. They need to do it right. They have to do it right because after what happened, like I said, with Batman v Superman, it needs to be a success. And I hope that they take time to explain Flash's character and Cyborg and Aquaman. So when they get their solo films, they'll be awesomer, awesomest. However,
just don't give this guy Teen Titans Go, because he will crash, because he will insult it.
Oh, yeah, there's that too.
Okay, so here's also to everybody, this guy met Austin St. John and other Power Ranger actors.
Yeah, Austin St. John, awesome guy. I remember him from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I met him several times. Amazing guy, and he's still on my page, my intro on the intro of my YouTube channel. So amazing guy. He has his own channel too. So go check him out and go subscribe. ASJ, it's morphin time.
All right, anyways, I met the guy who played Jaden.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice. In Vegas Comic Con 2015.
Nice.
Nice guy. Nice.
Yeah, I met him too. He's very nice. Yeah, he's awesome.
You know, I'm trying to make my own Toku series.
All right.
It's called Kamen Rider Amazon USA.
Oh, cool.
It's based off the Kamen Rider series.
Oh yeah, I've seen a little bit of Kamen Rider here and there. I saw the American version, Dragon Knight, and then I've seen a little bit of the Japan ones.
You should watch Black RX. It's the last 80s series, and you know what? It's a really good series.
All right, nice.
So Amazon is from 1974, and I want to make a series based off it, but I'm not gonna make my own. I'm not gonna like slap the stock footage in it because it's gonna look crappy. You know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my own stock footage.
All right, cool.
You're going to. It has a little bit of the original source material, but unlike Samurai, I'm not going to let it be stick together 100%.
Yeah, like copy and paste, like a translation of like the old, because I actually saw a side by side. It was from a video I saw on YouTube. They were showing the Decker versus Jaden fight in both English and Japanese, and it was basically the same thing. I mean, same dialogue, just like different lines, different delivery, different camera angles, but that was the...
I can't tell if Samurai's trying to be an anime dub or its own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to offend things, but I feel like with Japanese dialogue, it's different from American dialogue.
Uh-huh.
It just sounds awkward, my man.
Yeah.
Also,
I think it's with the the way it was directed. I mean, the way the producing and writing, and that's why it came out so
clunky.
Like you said. Yeah.
Also, this guy. I hope. Want to know something about this guy that I loved about him? Everybody. He has an afro.
Oh yeah, my hair grows fast and it's still there.
He has one of the most fly afros in the world. Ladies, be aware. And also, there's also some really funny things about me that you gotta know about.
Mm-hmm.
For one thing, I have a crush on Shigo from Kim Possible.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
And Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Well, Wonder Woman could be a lesbian, which is fine. Oh man, dude. Man. Having you here has been one of the best experiences in my podcast.
Yeah, it was fun talking with you, man. I mean, like I said, discussing Power Rangers and superheroes and Batman and all that stuff. It was fun, man, definitely.
If you want to come back for another episode, if you still have time, that's fine.
All right, I will definitely let you know that, definitely. And it was fun. And thanks again for having me on, man.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mr. Weenie, everybody.
You guys rock.
See ya, man.
Take care.